Alright, so last year, if you remember, in 6th grade, you spent a lot of time with the coordinate grid and with graphing. In 8th grade or 7th grade, you're not going to use it quite as often, but it's expected to be something that you know. And so because you need to know it, we're going to do a lesson to review it. But a lot of this should be previous knowledge, which means something you learned previously. So first of all, we have our 5 vocab words up at the top. The first one you should have already known, and you should already have in your notes. Okay, let's draw 2 coordinate grids. And this one is the x-axis. And this one is the y, because it makes a y axis. Okay, so your x-axis goes horizontal. If you notice right here, it's labeled x. And your y-axis goes vertical. Okay, and then you have quadrants. You have 4 quadrants. I should have done that with black here. You have 4 quadrants. You have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. In these quadrants, if it's in quadrant 1, then the both x and y is going to be positive. Oh, that's hard to see. I'll write it bigger over here. If you're in quadrant 2, your x is negative, your y is positive. If you're in quadrant 3, it's negative, negative. And if you're in quadrant 4, your x is positive, but your y is negative. Okay, origin. Origin is the center of the graph. So another word for origin is center. And last is an ordered pair. And an ordered pair is x and y. The x is where it goes on the horizontal axis, and the y is where it goes on the vertical axis. So now, because this is review, I am going to go a little bit quicker through it, just because I expect you to know a lot more of it. So if you don't know it, then tomorrow when you come to class and we review it together, be sure to let me know, hey, Miss Billman, this is brand new. Or you can just fly right through it. Now, first of all, we start at, here's the example. We are going to graph -2, 4. So you start at 0, 0. Or in other words, you start at the origin. Okay, so we are going to start right here in the middle. Oh, you can't see. Joy's being left-handed. You're going to start right here in the middle. And then using the x value, okay, so using the x value, I'll highlight the x in yellow. Okay, I'll highlight all the x's in yellow, just so you know. Okay, there's all my x's and anything that has to do with x. And let's use pink, why not, to show the y. Those two too, but I don't want to cover them up. Okay. So now, using the x value, we're going to move to that spot on the x-axis. So the x value, if you notice, is -2. So we are going to go -2 over -1, -2. So right now we are right here. Okay, so you start at 0, 0, which is the origin, and move -2 over. Number 3 says move the x value, or from the x value, I'm saying that wrong. Use the y value to move up or down. Okay, so now our y value is positive 4. So now we have to go positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the last step is to plot the point. And you can plot the point just by making that bold dot. Make sure that these dots don't show up. Okay, see how mine are super tiny and then this one's super noticeable? That's how it should look on yours. Okay, now let's do some together problems. Let's do some problems together. Okay, we are going to graph these up here. Okay, so I'll do the first one in orange. And it wants you to graph the following and tell which quadrant they are in. For example, this one would be in quadrant 2. So I'll even write that. Quadrant 2. Oh, you couldn't even see it. Okay, so now we have -2, +3. So we're going to start at the origin, go over -1, -2, and go up +3. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 1 below that. And I'm going to put a dot there. The next one I'll do in green. And it's 0. We start at 0, 0. And your x value is 0. So that means you don't go either direction. You just stay right here at 0. And your y value is 6. So you need to go up +6. And let's use purple. And in purple, your x value is +2. So starting at 0, 0, we're going to go +2 over. And your y value is -3. So we're going to go 3 values down. 1, 2, 3. And the last one I'm going to do in red, and it's all the way down here at the bottom, and it's 5, 0. So your x value is +5, so we're going to start at 0, 0, and go +5 over. And then your y value is 0. So that means you don't have to go up or down at all. So it's just going to be right here. Okay. Now, the next step is to tell which quadrant they are in. So we have our orange dot. Our orange dot is in quadrant 2. Then we have our green dot. Our green dot, if you notice, is not in a quadrant. It's not on a side. It's directly on which axis? The y. And so you're actually just going to put y-axis. Next one is our purple dot, and our purple dot's down here. And if you look up at our picture, that's quadrant number 4. If you just want to write the number 4, that's fine too. And the last one is our orange dot. And if you notice our orange dot, it's a red dot. Sorry, that's red. Our red dot's not in a quadrant either. It's just directly on the x-axis. And so it's just going to be the x-axis. Okay, so now you need to graph these 4 points on our graph. and then I want you to tell me which quadrant they're in. So you're gonna do just what we did here. All right?